what is happening this month?
It's Easter!
It's Easter! And you know what? Look at this.
Okay.
The bunny is so excited, he just can't stop.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Can't stop, won't stop. Hey, you know what? At Easter, we see eggs and we see like little baby chicks and all this kind of fun stuff. But we've got to remember what Easter is really about as we're talking about it all month. Easter is about Jesus bringing a new life, and things like eggs and baby chicks and stuff like that, they remind us of new life. And so we got to be remembering, like, this isn't what Easter is all about, although I'm sure a lot of you are looking for some candy in your eggs. I've been cheated. I've been robbed. There is no candy in these eggs.
The eggs are empty, like Jesus' grave when he rose again.
Okay,
because it's about Jesus bringing new life.
That's so true. So anyways, I want to let you know about that. We're going to focus on Jesus for Easter, but we're going to talk, and it's so cool because all month we're talking about how God brings new life and hope. But we'll talk more about that in just a second. We got to say happy birthday.
All right.
Speaking of new life, these are the day you are all born.
We are saying happy birthday this week to Kaylin, Joya, Faith, Kelsey, Zoe, Layla, Quinn, Annie, Ava, Ethan, Hunter, Victoria, and Christine. Happy birthday, guys.
From the Jumpy Bunny.
All right, so next up, we've got a pretty exciting game. This month, we're talking about hope, which is believing something good can come out of something bad, because Jesus brings us hope. So we're looking at some different puzzles this month. Sometimes you're doing a puzzle, you only see part of the picture, kind of like in life, right?
Yeah.
When things can be a little confusing, but we remember that we can trust God, and God helps us see the bigger picture. God brings us hope.
We can see like what he's doing. When we look at the big picture, you can see a bigger picture of what God's doing.
It's true.
Instead of the little thing that we're focused on that might not feel the best in the moment.
It's true.
Okay.
So we've got a little game we're gonna play. We're gonna show you guys some really up close pictures. And you guys need to guess what the bigger picture is. You guys ready?
Okay.
All right, so let's look at this first one.
Some of these have a little bit to do with some of these Eastery things.
It's true.
Just a little hint.
All right.
First one.
Okay, so what do you guys think? All right. Hope you guys are getting hungry, because that first picture is a chocolate bunny.
Oh, I love chocolate bunnies.
Oh, love those.
Love chocolate bunnies. Okay, here's the next
one.
Think babies.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? All right, I'll give you a big hint.
It's a little duckling.
It's a little baby duckling. Isn't he cute?
Baby duckling afro.
He's so cute. Oh my goodness.
All right, we've got one last one.
What do you think this one is?
Think it's another example of new life. It's a sunflower.
I love sunflowers. Yes. One time I grew a sunflower that was like this tall. It was crazy. It was super cool. So,
all right.
Remember, we're talking about new life this month. We're talking about how God brings hope, and when you look at the bigger picture, because he'll bring hope. So our Bible verse for this whole month, we're gonna go over that and we're gonna say it, and you guys are gonna echo. You ready?
All right, I wanna see you guys doing these motions too. You got this.
This is in the New Testament, and this is Jesus talking, okay?
Very important stuff.
All right.
All right, it starts, in this world, you will have trouble.
You will have trouble.
But be encouraged.
Show me your muscles.
I have won the battle.
I have won the battle
over the world. John 16:33.
Nerve. There's a B in there.
There's a B.
It's because he said some other things before that.
It's true.
We'll maybe look at later.
All sorts of letters. But the point is, Jesus is telling us that sometimes we do face some tough stuff in life. But because we know that Jesus died for us and came back to life, we can be encouraged and have hope in tough moments. So we are gonna see some people who also did that in this Bible story.
It was a really tough one. Check it out.
The Bible. It's 66 books of history, stories, letters, and poetry that fit together to form God's one big story. The epic adventure of how he created us and loves us so much that he made a way to rescue us. As we travel through the Bible, from Genesis to Revelation, we discover people who met God and found their lives changed forever. Now, for an amazing story, inspired by the book of John, chapter 11, verses 1 through 45.
Though Jesus had no home of his own when he began to travel and teach, there were a few places that he frequently stayed at. One was the home of Mary, Martha, and Lazarus.
Come in. We want to hear everything.
Stay as long as you like.
Mary, Martha, and Lazarus lived in the town of Bethany, just outside of Jerusalem. But the last time that Jesus had been in Jerusalem, it didn't end so well with the religious leaders.
My sheep listen to my voice. My Father who has given them to me is greater than anyone. I and the Father are one.
He just claimed to be God. What an evil thing to say.
The leaders actually picked up stones, threatening to kill Jesus. Jesus knew this was not the time to confront them, so he and his friends left and crossed over the Jordan River. While they were gone, Lazarus became very sick.
I just need to lie down.
Oh, he's burning up. We need cool water.
I'll sit with him tonight.
But Lazarus didn't get better. He became more and more feverish and restless.
So hot.
Mary and Martha became so worried about their brother that they sent a messenger after Jesus. After a long journey, the messenger finally reached Jesus and his friends.
Martha and Mary say, "Lord, the one you love is sick."
Jesus turned to his friends.
This sickness will not end in death. No, it is for God's glory. God's Son will receive glory because of it.
Perhaps Jesus' friends thought he would just heal Lazarus from a distance, but 2 days later, Jesus told his friends,
Lazarus is dead.
Wait, what?
For your benefit, I am glad I was not there. Now you will believe. But let us go to him.
Even though the religious leaders had tried to kill Jesus in Jerusalem, he chose to return for the sake of his friend. When Jesus and his friends at last neared Bethany, they were quickly spotted by the men and women who had come to comfort Lazarus' sisters.
Martha, Mary, Jesus is here.
If only he had come earlier.
I have got some things to say to him.
Martha leapt up and ran to meet Jesus outside the village.
Lord, I wish you had been here. Then my brother would not have died. But I know that even now, God will give you anything you ask for.
Your brother will rise again.
I know. When people are raised from the dead on the last day.
Martha, I am the resurrection and the life. Anyone who believes in me will live, even if they die. And whoever lives by believing in me will never die. Do you believe this?
Yes. I believe you are the Messiah, the Son of God who is supposed to come.
Jesus nodded and looked past her.
Where is Mary?
Martha raced back to get her sister.
The teacher is here. He's asking for you.
Mary couldn't stop her tears, but she got up and hurried to meet Jesus, followed by her family and friends. When she reached him, she fell at his feet.
Lord, I wish you had been here. Then my brother would not have died.
Jesus saw her tears and the deep grief of the others around her, and his own spirit became very sad.
Where have you put him? Come and see, Lord.
As Jesus followed the crowd, his deep sadness overflowed into tears, and everyone noticed.
See how much he loved Lazarus?
Maybe. He made a blind man see. Couldn't he have showed up sooner and kept Lazarus from dying?
Soon, the group reached the cave where Lazarus' body had been laid. A large rock blocked the entrance.
Take away the stone.
But Lord, he's been in there 4 days. By now, there's a bad smell.
Didn't I tell you that if you believe, you will see God's glory?
Martha swallowed hard and nodded to several of the men standing nearby.
Go ahead.
The men braced themselves and shoved hard against the stone. The wide mouth of the cave gaped open. Jesus stood in front of it and then looked up to heaven.
Father, I thank you for hearing me. I know that you always hear me. But I said this for the benefit of the people standing here. I said it so they will believe that you sent me.
Then Jesus bent down and called loudly into the tomb.
Lazarus, come out!
For a moment, they heard nothing. And then, impossibly, they heard rustling. Lazarus stumbled out of the cave.
Lazarus!
Lazarus's face and body were still wrapped in strips of linen, but he was very much alive.
Take off the burial clothes and let him go.
Swiftly, Lazarus's friends and family unwrapped the strips of linen.
Where am I? Jesus?
Mary and Martha hugged their brother, laughing and crying.
You're alive!
You died. Jesus brought you back to life.
Many of the people who had come to comfort Mary and Martha saw the incredible thing that Jesus has done, and so they believed in him.
Wow.
Wasn't that was amazing. That was so amazing. Like, he brought Lazarus like back to life.
So cool.
Can you imagine though? This is the thing, like that our Bible verse, like it talks about how like we are guaranteed to have bad times. And sometimes I think as believers, as Christ followers, that we think just because we follow Jesus that everything's gonna be fine. And I think even Lazarus' sisters and stuff, like they probably thought, Jesus, you love us. And this is like your best friend and you let him die. And they were so confused. And sometimes we can get confused when bad stuff happens. But the thing is, like in our Bible verse, Jesus said, hey, listen, you are going to have trouble. So I think that's kind of cool that he says, like, we can like set our expectations that we are gonna have hard times.
It's true.
But we've got to remember our main point from this week, that whatever happens, we have to remember how powerful God is. We should all say that together.
All right, guys, ready? Whatever happens, remember God is powerful.
Remember God is powerful. Remember that, guys.
It's true.
And all month long, we're talking about whatever happens, remember something about God. And this week, we're talking about how God is powerful. He raised Lazarus from the dead. So,
brings us to our key question. Are you guys ready? When have you seen God's power? Talk about it in your small groups, guys. We'll see you next week.